Okay. Okay, so Mr. Hung, let's do topic part 1 first, and it's about taking a rest. You know, there are a lot of different kind of rest. Let me introduce to you a little bit here. Types of rest. So resting does not only mean to sleep or to lie down and take a nap. No, it doesn't. Resting, you have different kind of rest here. So like for example, here, you have physical rest. So you rest your body, okay? Like sleeping, yoga, stretching, yeah, like that. Physical rest, nghỉ ngơi về mặt thể chất. And we have mental rest, which means we take a short breaks from, let's say, studying, from research, from reading, something like that. So we let our mind rest. Để cho cái đầu mình nó nghỉ. That's mental rest. Sensory rest means that you do not allow too much stimuli or stimulus, you know, the word stimuli, stimulus.
Stimulant. Yes.
Singular is singular and plural. So ít số nhiều thôi. Stimulus is singular, stimuli plural. So you do not allow so much stimuli to get into you because your body now deserve a sensory rest. Imagine if you close your eyes, you do not see many things anymore, and you do not pay attention to noises or music, or you turn off your devices, you do not receive any more information, so you allow your body a sensory rest. Nghỉ ngơi về cái mặt mà các giác quan. And also
Yeah.
creative rest. Like for example, you can go out, enjoy nature, hang joyful pictures, and you don't have to worry too much about what you have to write. Or you don't have to worry about what you're going to create next. Like as an artist, I also suffer from like creative problem too. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm creating something new, you know. I create videos a lot. But a lot of the time I need creative rest. So I spend one day, do not do anything, enjoy nature, I play video games, I do things to allow me to have a creative rest. And then the next day,
Yeah.
I create more things. Nghỉ
Yeah.
ngơi về mặt sáng tạo. Emotional rest. Yes, basically, you don't keep things inside of you. You express your emotion, express your feelings to people, and you limit the people pleasing. You don't please people anymore. You please yourself more. And you stay away from people who are making you feel bad, you know. Stay away from toxic people. Tránh xa những người độc hại. So you allow yourself an emotional rest, nghỉ ngơi về mặt cảm xúc. Social rest also, if sometimes when you go out and you talk to people, a lot of the time you feel drained out. You feel drained out. Cảm thấy như muốn kiệt sức luôn á. Well, that's when you need social rest. You need to stay with the people who support you, not with the people who just want to talk or just with random people, you know. Ở với những người nào mà người ta ủng hộ mình á, bạn mình á, chứ đừng chỉ đi xã giao này nọ. Well, that's when you get a social rest. I am an introvert. Người hướng nội. I'm not an extrovert.
Introvert.
An extrovert, they thrive or they feel good when they are in a group of people, or when they attend events, or when they go to places to talk to people, you know. That's an extrovert. These are extroverts. But as an introvert, I do not enjoy being in a large group of people. So whenever I am with more than two people, more than two persons, I feel drained out. So I need a lot of social rest. nghỉ ngơi về mặt xã giao, xã hội, nói chuyện người khác nha. Well, you also have another kind of rest called spiritual rest. Nghỉ ngơi về mặt tâm thức, tâm linh, tâm thức. Spiritual rest. Well, your spirit. After so many things that happens in your life, your spirit need rest too. So you might help your spirit by doing meditation, thiền định, meditation, or
Meditation.
involve in helping the community. Yes. So it help lift your spirit, lift your spirit, nâng cái tinh thần, nâng cái tâm hồn lên. It's like that. Spiritual rest is something that people do not understand well, but well, you need to think about it as well. Okay. There are other kind of rest here. You can see, well, I think, yeah, that's it. That's it. 7 type of resting. Okay, just some information for you. Now, so Mr. Hưng, please, how often do you take a rest?
Normally we have time to take rest at the weekend.
Rest,
We
rest,
rest
stay,
at
stay,
the
to take a
weekend.
rest.
We can take your rest at the weekend. We have 2 days at weekend, Saturday and Sunday. However, we use Saturday for shopping and Sunday for take a rest. So can we can say that take 1 day per week for resting.
You're resting, I see. I see. All right, so how do you take a nap when you're taking your rest?
What does that mean, take a nap?
Yes, like taking a nap means you sleep for like 15 minutes to 30 minutes, something like that during the day, you know.
Yeah, yes.
The Spanish, they call it siesta.
Yeah, exactly. That is
Đúng rồi, yeah.
quite normal. We can do that in the afternoon.
In the afternoon,
For
yeah.
example, for example, when we have a long day.
Example,
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 for
example,
example,
example, po.
for example, for
Yes.
example, when I have a long day, I, c- I can take a short sleep.
You mean a short nap?
Yes, short nap.
A short
Before dinner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Before dinner, I see. So it
Yeah,
means like
exactly.
about 6 o'clock. You mean 6
Yeah,
p.m.?
exactly. From 5 p.m. until 6 p.m.
6.
6.
Kéo dài chữ x ra nó sẽ nghe tự nhiên hơn.
Yeah.
Try to prolong. Try to prolong the
Yeah.
6. Kéo dài
6.
cái x rồi nó ổn hơn. Try to prolong the
Six.
x. 6.
Six.
6.
Six. Right.
6.
Six.
No, sit là không đúng.
Three.
Đó là it. Còn cái này là ic á. X. Six.
Six.
6.
Six.
Lợi x.
Six.
Còn cái này là ít này.
Six.
Lợi x chứ không phải lợi ít. You know.
Eight.
X. Six.
Six.
X. Six.
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 Cái âm IC
Six.
này nó hơi bị khó với nhiều người, tại vì nhiều người họ không mở khẩu hình, mở miệng rồi to lên á, thì sẽ rất là khó mà đọc cái âm IC này nha. X. Phải mở
Six.
miệng ra,
Ah,
bành miệng ra
yeah.
luôn á.
Six.
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 Đó, gần được rồi. X xong rồi kéo dài x ra. Six.
Six. Six.
Gần được, anh đã đọc là chữ IC rồi đó. Ok, good. Nhưng mà x kéo dài ra thêm.
Six.
Six.
Six. Six.
Đó.
Six.
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 Six. And six.
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 From 5 to 6.
Six. Kéo dài x ra.
Six. from 5 to 6. Sick. Sick. Like beaches. Yeah,
I
I
think,
remember that one.
after you are gone home after 5 o'clock, you would probably feel really tired, so you need a nap. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So after if you have a nap and after dinner, you would feel more energized,
Yeah, because I can do research. I can take free time for after dinner. However, I can take more time to do research with
Mhm.
more energy before midnight or until midnight and
I
something like
see.
that.
I see. Okay, so you know that in the Western culture, they do not have something like that, like napping, especially in American or British culture. I think they don't have napping. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
in Mediterranean
and
culture, yeah, in
yeah,
the
exactly.
Mediterranean
And
culture, like Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese, and maybe the French too, they have naps, but not the British or the Americans. No, they don't. What do you think about that?
um that is exactly in here. And we can have very small time for lunch, just only 15 minutes or maximum 30 minutes for lunch. And they do not have time for a a nap. So normally people do not take a rest or take a nap after lunch
I
in
see.
Europe or in Ireland, I think. Yeah. And because they start your working day from 9 a.m., so they do not take too long from 9 a.m. until your lunchtime at 1 p.m.
Oh my God. I mean, a nap should. So, how long do you think people should take a nap?
Uh, I think 30 minutes is okay, or maximum 1 hour.
Yes,
However, it
because
depends on,
basically, if you take a nap for too long, you feel more tired, I think.
yeah, exactly. To recover it again, to restart your working again.
I see. Hmm. Okay, so how do you feel after taking a nap then?
Um, Normally, when we feel tired, we can take a nap for short time to recover your energy. Uh, However, if I take a long nap, it means more than 1 hour. So that is not good for me because I have check I have to do something to recover your energy to restart your task. I stop taking a nap.
I see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So normally I take not too long to recover your energy and I feel better.
Hmm. I see. So, how do you feel after taking a nap for too long? Like, for example, if you take more than an hour nap, what would happen?
Yet,
How do you feel? How
exactly.
would you feel?
And taking a nap for too long is not good because maybe we can get tired too. And another thing is we have to do something to recover and to restart uh, what we are doing before.
Hmm. I
So
see.
for example,
Example.
for example, we when we are doing something and we take a nap, and after that we have to do it again, so we can take more time to restart it.
Mhm. I see. Do you think people nowadays work too much?
Mm, yes, I think so. And as you know that now the people say that let do smarter than do harder. So it means do
You
some,
mean like people should work smarter, not harder?
yeah, yes, work smarter than harder, and
Hmm.
take less time but more efficiency.
I
So
see. I see.
and they also want to reduce the number of hours for working.
Hmm.
For
Well,
example,
Swedish people, I think they have experimented with a 6 hour work week, a
yeah,
six
exactly.
hour work day, sorry. So it means that 6 hour work day, 5 days a week.
Exactly.
So
Uh,
it means that in one
and
week,
even only 3 days per week, and
well,
they
but if
want
it's more productive, then it's good then.
yeah, you want to spend time to more time for family and for their personal activity to balance your life and
To
your work.
balance life, you mean?
Yeah, to balance life and working.
You mean to have a work-life balance.
Yeah,
Have a
life balance.
work-life balance có cân bằng cuộc
To
sống
have a
và
work-life
công việc.
balance.
To have a
Yeah.
work-life balance. Well, but still, a lot of people these days work a lot. If you look at the Asian culture now, it's terrible, Workers have to punch in,
Yeah, exactly.
have to
Because
punch in at 7, or no, at 8 o'clock, but they have to it would take all the way until 9 o'clock p.m. until they can finish
exactly.
everything,
And
and it's
even
terrible.
they work in 8 hours per day. However, they think that they still have a lot of free time, and you take a second task to spend more time to get more money because you think that you have more time, you can use your time for working, and you can get more money, and after that you can retire earlier.
Do you think
However,
so? Do we live in that?
I don't think so because uh yeah, they do not have uh, enough time to recover your energy, and day after day you get tired.
Well,
And
I used to be able to work like 72 hours per week, but that was like 5 years ago. But now
yeah,
I can only work maximum like 40 hours per week until I feel really tired.
yeah,
But
exactly.
then I got my apartment and I am happy about it, but I would not like to work that much in my life again.
Yeah, because you think that they still have more free time, and you want to spend their free time for working, and they are happy with money when they get your salary.
Oh well,
But
the
but
happiness only lasts for like a day or something.
yeah, something like that. However, after a few years,
After
you
a
have
few
to spend
years.
more time and not more time. Yeah, more time and more money for healthcare, for doctor and for hospital, something like that. So to
I'm
recover
lucky.
the
I think I'm
energy.
lucky because I don't feel anything now because I still
Yeah,
go to the
yeah,
gym
yeah.
and everything, but I'm lucky that I'm not sick yet.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing, they think that they should have more money to
They
they
think that.
they
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 think that. They
they
think that.
they they think that they should have more money to look after their family, to take care of their
To take care
children,
of their
to
to take
take
care
care of
of
to
their
take
family or something.
to take care of their family and to for children. Their children can have a good education environment, something like that.
Education.
Education, education,
Education.
education,
Education. A good education. Okay, but
education.
what are the harm that can be caused by overworking then? What do you think?
Yes, I think first thing is they can
They
they they
can.
they
Day.
they can lose their energy day by day,
Mhm.
and um they can spend more money for healthcare after few years. And
Okay.
another thing, they do not have more time for their social activity and social networking.
Wow, that's just like me.
Yeah. And the last one is when they do not have the social activity or social uh, networking, when they are stressed, they do not know what should can do to
What they should
recover
do,
it,
what they should do.
what they should do to recover what they should do,
What they should do,
what
what
they
they
should do to recover the energy to the to take the work-life balance and um, to make them happy again.
I see. Now, there's also depression, you know, it has been linked to overworking. So now in Vietnam, the cases of depression and
Depression.
how can I say self-harm behavior, những hành vi tự hoại, tự hủy cơ thể, and depression,
Yeah,
trầm cảm. Well, these
yeah,
cases are
behavior.
increasing exponentially. Exponentially means like increase rapidly, like significantly. Nó tăng một
Yeah,
cách như như là tuyến tính luôn á. Like increase exponentially. Tuyến tính mà
exponentially,
là giống như kiểu mà
expo,
theo kiểu hàm mũ á.
exponentially,
Exponentially giống như
exponentially.
kiểu tăng lên hàm hàm mũ á, chứ không phải tuyến tính nữa. Linear là
Yeah,
tuyến tính, còn exponentially là theo kiểu mà hàm mũ luôn á.
wow.
Well, the cases of depression and self-harm behaviors are increasing greatly in Vietnam nowadays, and also in
Rapidly.
China, in Korea, in South Korea, and in Japan as well, of course. That is caused by overworking, of course. It would take, I think, another 10 years or maybe 20 years until people understand that overworking is very harmful, I think. All right,
Yeah,
let's move on to a topic part 2, shall we? Okay, 61 then, let's try. Um, there you go. It's related to the topic of resting that we are doing. So
resting.
let's do 61 now. Describe a quiet place. Quiet. Describe a quiet place. Miêu tả một nơi yên tĩnh. Describe a quiet place. Okay. And then you should say where it is, nơi nào vậy, when you go there. Chừng nào hay những lúc nào mình đi đến đó. What you do there, bạn làm gì đó. Explain why it is a quiet place and why you like it. Tại sao nơi đó là yên tĩnh và tại sao anh chị lại thích nó. And then part 3 is related to that. Do you think that quietness is good for people? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng sự yên tĩnh là tốt cho con người ta không? Think about what people can do when it's quiet. Can people concentrate better? Can people be more productive when it's quiet? Is there any, what is it called? Distraction? Is there any distraction? So, sao nhãng.
Sao nhãng. Yeah.
Is there any distraction that can be caused or that can interfere with their work? Okay, think about the fact that yes, it can help you get a sensory rest, as you already seen. Nghỉ ngơi về mặt nghỉ ngơi về cái mặt mà cảm nhận á, năm giác quan á. Like five senses, your five senses need rest too. Well, think about the fact that what group of people can benefit the most? What group of people can benefit the most from quietness? Nhóm người nào có thể là được lợi nhiều nhất từ cái sự mà yên tĩnh? Of course, introverts. Because extrovert they hate, they don't like it when it's quiet, you know. Mấy người nó nhoi nhoi lắm. Mấy người extrovert nhoi nhoi chịu không nổi kiểu mà yên tĩnh đâu.
Introvert.
Well, introvert I think. But sometimes you find introverts which enjoy it when it's not quiet, you know. Tùy người.
Yeah.
But normally I think extrovert enjoy when it's loud and a lot of people, loud noises and things like that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, give some example. You should give some example of scenario or situations where it's quiet, you know. And do you think, okay, next question. Do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves? To have some time by myself, yourself, themselves, and so on. Dành thời gian ở một mình. Do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Why not? Anh chỉ có nghĩ rằng mọi người đều cần một khoảng thời gian một mình không? Ở một nơi yên tĩnh không? Tại sao không? Well, sometimes people need time to reflect. Chiêm nghiệm lại.
Reflect.
To reflect. To reflect on things that happened. Chiêm nghiệm lại những thứ đã diễn ra. Yeah, reflect on things that happen. So what they can learn from it, so, you know. And think about, like I said, what group people benefit the most, yeah. And think about, give some example as well. And you should also think about people who, let's say, enjoy parties, but then they still need time by themselves, you know. Không có ai mà cứ party hoài được đâu. Người ta cũng cần thời gian ở mình. Yes. Nobody can party forever, you know. They need some time by themselves, yes. And then do you think cities should be more quiet? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng những thành phố nên yên tĩnh hơn hay không? Why not? Like, think about what group of people need more quietness. Is it children? Is it old people? Is it like mental workers or workers in general? Nhóm tuổi nào thì cần sự yên tĩnh hơn? Does it affect their studies? Does it affect their sleep? And think about the cases that people often sing karaoke, you know. People in Vietnam always sing karaoke.
Yeah.
And fortunately, now the government is making it, is trying to do something about it. Okay, let's focus on this one for a moment. Okay, Mr. Hung, please, can you describe a quiet place?
For the quiet place, I want to describe park, and it is very common in Ireland and in Europe because people can spend free time to walk in your park. And in my area, the St. Catherine Park is the most famous park for me. And it is close to my house, so I can go there just in 5 minutes. And normally I want to go to parks for in every weekend.
I
And
see. Anything else?
yeah, and in the park there we can see we can have playground for children. We can have
You mean background, not background nha. Nó là
play
background.
playground.
You mean a playground for children?
Yes,
Okay.
playground.
Playground.
Play
Playground.
Yeah, playground for
Playground for children.
playground for children, and it had lake and small river. So in your small lake and river, we can see a lot of birds, such as seawood or swan. And another thing is we can see a lot of flowers for every season, nearly every season, and we can have a lot of big trees.
Big
So
trees. Big.
big tree, big trees,
A lot of big
and
trees.
we can feel very, very good atmosphere even in summer. And the last thing is we can buy ice, ice cream and coffee and to drink coffee there. And we can
See.
buy ice cream for children. Yeah. So we can enjoy the good atmosphere in the park there, and it's very, very quiet because it's normally it is a big park, and it have enough space for every people to go to enjoy the time.
Everyone, every cộng số ít nha. Every plus singular. For everyone to enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it once again because it's a bit too long again. Now, can you describe a quiet place again, please?
Yeah, I want to describe your
I would
Saint
like to
Catherine.
describe,
I want to describe.
describe,
I want to describe.
describe,
Describe.
describe.
Describe. I want to describe your Saint Catherine Park. It is close to my house, so I can take 5 minutes to get there. And normally we go to St. Catherine Park at the weekend. And in St. Catherine Park, It has playground for children, and it has a small lake and river, so we can see a lot of birds there, so that seafood or swans. Another thing, we can see a lot of flowers and big trees. It's good to create a good atmosphere for every season, and so that in summer we can see a lot of flower. And the last one, we can buy coffee to drink, and we can buy ice creams for children.
Okay.
And
Okay, that's a bit too much, I think.
yeah.
Okay. Right, let's go to part 3 now. So, do you think that quietness is good for people? Why not?
Yeah, I think quietness is good for every people.
Everyone. People số nhiều
For,
nha.
for yeah,
It's good
for
for
everyone.
everyone. Okay.
For everyone.
Right.
Because they spend
They
more time for
spend
work.
they
They,
spend
they,
most of the time, most of
they
the
spend
time.
more of the time for working, for family. However, you need time to think.
They need time.
They need time, need quiet time to rethinking what we did.
Very
For
well.
example, in whole week.
Example, for
For
example.
example, for example,
Yes.
yeah. So, and even just keep relax.
What do you mean?
It means that just do nothing and
Do
to
nothing.
recover the energy after one working day.
I think it's a good idea. Now, maybe try to talk about like what would happen if people are exposed to loudness for too long? To be exposed to something, bị tiếp xúc với cái gì đó.
Yeah,
Loudness, cái sự ồn ào. What would
yeah,
happen if people are
exactly.
exposed
A
to
lot.
mình lật ngược vấn đề lại, nói chung là có thể giải thích một vấn đề bằng cách lật ngược vấn đề lại. You can
Yeah,
turn around a situation and then ask what would happen if the opposite happened, you know? So what
yeah,
would happen if
exactly.
people are
I think
exposed to
so.
loudness? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I have two cases to support it. One is if people work in the crowded city, so they spend more
They
of
spend.
they
So
they spend
they spend
they spend most of the time
most
in
of the time.
the most of your time in your noisy city, noisy place. So they want to spend free time in a quiet place
In
to
quiet
recover
places,
the energy.
to restore, to recover.
To recover, yeah. And another thing is, I know that my friend work for social network company, your company of your social network. You have to review a lot of message related to violence,
Messages related to violence.
message related to violence, something like that.
Hmm,
So you feel stressed after one working day,
I see.
and for a long time, you feel it's not good at all. So they have to spend time in quiet place
Places.
to
Quiet places số nhiều luôn, những nơi in
quiet
places.
places to recover your energy,
To recover their energy.
the energy
Đó
and
là để hồi phục lại năng lượng của họ. To recover
yeah,
their energy.
to recover their
Their nha, tại vì y ngắn R rồi,
their
I với
their
R. Their.
to
To
recover
recover
their
their energy.
energy and to clear their mind, because maybe their mind can be harmful from the message, yeah,
I
the
see.
violent message and violent pictures.
I see. Okay, so do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Why or why not?
I think so. Everybody needs some time by themselves to in a quiet place to think about what we did, because sometimes I think the people just do a lot of activity and a lot of action and spend time for thinking and do action. However, they do not have time to think that is correct or incorrect. So after one day or 1 week, they need more time.
They need
They 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 need more some time to rethinking rethink what we have done. It is
what
good
they
for
had done.
us.
To rethink what they had done. Tại vì dùng quá khứ hoàn thành mới được. You have to use
What
past
they
perfect in that case. To
yeah
rethink what they
to
had
rethink
done.
what they had done.
Hoặc là tại sao không dùng phức tạp như vậy? Dùng did là được rồi. Quá khứ là được rồi.
What they
Just
did,
use
yeah,
past
what they
tense is
did,
fine. What they did.
what they did, and it is good or not good for a long time.
Okay, so do you think city should be more quiet? Why or why not?
There, you know that the cities is bigger now, and however, in a big city, it had to spend space for transport, for traffic, or for building, and they do not have a lot of space for tree, for park, or for quiet places. So I think cities should be more quiet and should have more quiet place like parks or like gardens, because the people should have more places to spend their time in that place and to think about to relax and to recover their energy.
I see. Now, okay. So you know about the fact that cities are quiet, are not quiet, they are loud, and the government around the world has been trying to reduce noise, which can impact the sleep quality, chất lượng giấc ngủ, the sleep quality of people, which can in turn, theo lượt, which can in turn affects their productivity, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
So, what about that fact then? Does it affect children and older people and workers in a negative way if cities are not quiet?
Yeah, I think so. In a big city, the people do not have a good quiet environment for relax. So that, as you know that the people had to go even day and night, and yes, traffic can make noise. However, the people had to sleep, but noise make the quality of sleep is not good at all.
I see.
And
So it decreases the productivity on the next day.
yeah, exactly. And in Europe and especially in Ireland, they try to create a resident area
You mean
far
a
from
residential area?
residential,
Residential area. Khu vực cư dân.
residential,
Residential area.
residential area far from Main Street. So your noise from Main
The
Street
main street does not affect the
will
area
not.
that much, you mean?
Yeah, you're good.
Well, yeah, the same thing. If I buy houses, if I buy apartments, I would try to avoid main roads, you know? Main roads are great for businesses, but not good for houses, I believe. Nó tốt cho làm bên kinh doanh thôi chứ thực sự không tốt cho ở.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue with more topics. Okay, let's try 68. Ah, there you go. An interesting topic. 68 describe the first day of school. Miêu tả ngày đầu tiên đến trường. It can be any first day of school and whatever school, okay? It can be like
Yeah.
elementary school. It can be, what's it called? It can be kindergarten. It can be high school. It can be university. It can be the first day when you become a PhD student, for example. Any first day of school. Okay? Bất kỳ cái ngày đầu tiên đến trường nào. In any semester in your life. Bất kỳ cái semester nào. Semester chứ. Any semester in your life. Bất kỳ học kỳ nào trong cuộc đời mình. You should say what it was like. Ngày đầu tiên đó như thế nào. What happened? Điều gì đã diễn ra. Cẩn thận cái động từ. Be careful with the verb here. It's in past tense.
Very
Past simple.
pat.
Phải dùng past simple nha.
Past
Were you
simple.
alone? Alone. Alone. Were you alone or with someone? Lúc đó bạn ở một mình hay là có đi với ai không? How did you feel about the experience? Anh chị cảm thấy thế nào về cái trải nghiệm đó? So remember that experience, đếm được nó có nghĩa là trải nghiệm nha. But experience mà là không đếm được nha, nó sẽ có nghĩa là kinh nghiệm. So be careful with that.
Experience.
Cho nên là experience có thể có nghĩa là experiences là những trải nghiệm.
Yeah.
All right, and then part 3 of going to school, chuyện đi đến trường. What do you think about children or the child là số ít, children số nhiều. What do you think about a child going to school by him or herself, or the parents
School.
picking it up? Anh chị nghĩ gì về một đứa trẻ đi đến trường, tự thân đi đến trường, hay là cha mẹ đưa đón?
Pick it.
Thì
Pick it
nó
up.
có lợi có hại gì? So what are the benefits and drawbacks of that? Think about the how can I say, the dependence, cái sự phụ thuộc. Think about the development of
And
social
safety.
skills. Think about safety. Think
Safety.
about bullies, những kẻ bắt nạt nữa, bullies.
Yeah, very
Well, think about
bad behaviors.
Yeah, there are behaviors, there are confidence, cái sự mà tự tin của chính những đứa bé đó. And
Yeah.
how can parents cultivate a child's independence? To cultivate, UL đọc là âu. UL is âu, okay. Cultivate.
Cultivate.
Nuôi dưỡng hay là gieo trồng. Gieo trồng, nuôi dưỡng. How can parents cultivate a child's independence? Làm thế nào các bậc cha mẹ có thể nuôi dưỡng sự mà độc lập của trẻ nhỏ? Think about different ways people can do that. Like for example, letting children sleep alone early in
Yeah.
their lifetime. Cho ngủ riêng thật càng sớm càng tốt chẳng hạn. Letting
Sleep
children
in
sleep alone early in their life. You know, I have 3 cats and I let them sleep alone all the time because I
Yeah.
do not want them to depend too much on me, because I see my cats as my children. This is like that.
Yeah, exactly. I
Cho mèo
did.
ngủ riêng, không có cho ngủ chung nha.
Yeah, I did. And my children also sleep together and in
Oh
their
wow.
room.
They
Yeah.
they should have their own room,
Yeah, exactly. From their birthday.
from the day of birth, yeah.
From the day of birth. What day is school?
Okay, so think about other ways to cultivate a child's independence. For example, what would happen if they get bullied?
For example,
If they get bullied, what would you do? What would you do? Would you just interfere? Would you intervene? Would you intervene? Can thiệp
intervene.
vào. To intervene. To intervene. Would you intervene to their problems or let them solve it themselves? Tự để giải quyết chẳng hạn. Would you do that? Now, a lot of Asian parents make this mistake. They intervene a lot. And as a result, their children are still children, even though they are 30 years old,
Yeah, I agree. Intervene.
Well, they should not intervene. So, because their intervention, sự can thiệp, because their
Intervene.
intervention can do more harm than good. Có thể gây ra nhiều cái hại hơn cái lợi. They can do more harm than good. Okay, so next question. Should parents interfere? Can thiệp. Interfere. Should parents interfere when things happen to their child? Their child. Their y ngắn R nè. Child y ngắn L nè.
Child.
Their
School.
child.
Child. School.
Cha mẹ có nên can thiệp khi thứ này thứ kia diễn ra với con trẻ của họ không? Tại sao không? Well, think about what would happen. The consequences, Or you can think about the repercussion. Repercussions are basically consequences. Hậu quả. Repercussions or consequences, the same thing. And then how do parents help their children deal with bullies? Làm thế nào các bậc cha mẹ giúp con trẻ của họ đương đầu những tên bắt nạt? Was a good question. Should they fight back? Of course they should fight back. If you do not fight back, bullies will step on you. Đạp đầu luôn á. If you do not fight back. But then how? This is going to be your task. Okay, some time to think. Okay, Mr. Hung, please describe the first day of school, can you?
Yeah, I want to describe.
I would
your
like to
first day.
describe.
I want to describe.
Lịch sự thì I would like đi, please.
I would like to describe your first day in my university 20 years ago. I was born in a
I
small
was
I,
born
I
in.
was born in a small town in the middle of Vietnam, and I went to Ho Chi Minh City for university. So, and the first day in university, and I met a lot of friends. However, I didn't know them before, but I know that all of us come to there to study.
Come to there. Are you sure?
Come, come,
Came there. All of us
came
came there.
there. All of us came there for study IT and for studying about computer. So because we love to do so, and yeah, we feel uncomfortable because
Comfortable.
we feel uncomfortable.
Comfortable.
Sorry,
Comfortable.
comfortable, comfortable. Yeah, we feel uncomfortable because we didn't know
No,
together be
comfortable. Hai âm thôi. Comf và table.
comfortable.
Comfortable.
We
Comfortable.
we feel uncomfortable. We feel uncomfortable because we didn't know together before. And even the big city also very news with me, so and I have to learn everything. That is they get a lot of experiments with me.
Okay, very well. Okay, let's try that again because I still feel like it's not good enough. And then, yeah, let's try again. Describe the first day of school, can you?
Yeah, I would like to describe your first day in my university. Uh, I was born in a small town in the middle of Vietnam, and I went to Ho Chi Minh City for study university. So I met a lot of friends there. However, we didn't know together before, and even the environment in university also is also different with the environment in high school, and I had to learn a lot. However, I feel happy because we learn about computer, that subject we would like to learn about and learn, and we are excited to learn a lot of new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's okay, I think that's good enough, I think. But you don't have much things. You don't have many things to talk about in this one, I think. Okay, so what do you think about the child going to school by himself or herself, or the parents picking it up?
I think your child should go to school by himself when they get old enough. but for the young child, your parents should pick it up, because if they imagine that if they are just only 7 year old or under 10 year old, they cannot know your way to get school correctly and your way to pass your traffic light correctly. So maybe if they go to school by themselves, maybe it is not good at all. So,
Hmm.
however, when they get older in high school or from 12 or 15, so the children can go to school by himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, then what do you think about the possibilities of things could happen when children going to school by him or herself? What do you think about that?
Uh, yeah, if they go to school by himself, they can go with his friends, can talk with his friends on the way, and they can build a social connection and friendship. They can build friendship. However, maybe they can get harmful from their friend if they do
They
not
can
get harm.
harmed. They
They
can
can get harm from their friend if they do not know their friend are not.
they can hang out with the wrong crowd.
Yes,
Đi
with
chơi với lại một cái nhóm bạn rất sai. They can hang out with the wrong crowd and do harmful things.
yeah, to
Or
do
they can
harm.
even commit crime, you know. They can even commit crimes while they are
Yeah,
very young, you know. So that is it's a dangerous thing that can happen to children these days
yeah,
because people don't care much these days anymore like before. So children are much more likely to commit crimes in
and
Vietnam,
even
especially.
if your children are too young, you cannot recognize with a legal or illegal
Of course, they wouldn't be
activity.
able to recognize that.
Yeah, to recognize.
Now, so how can parents cultivate a child's independence then? So the question is how?
Yeah, I think the children should do their activity more and more dependent, so that
Independently, you mean they could do more activities
independently,
more
yeah,
independently?
so
Do
that
more.
for young people, young children, they can go to school with their family,
School. They
with
can go
their
to
family,
school with
school with their parents or their family. That means sibling. However, when they get older, they can go to school with himself because they know clearly the way to go to school and
school.
how to school and how to uh, avoid the unsafe paths and how to weigh your traffic light, something like that.
Hmm.
It means that they have to learn day by day, learn how to recognize a good activity and how to avoid
Mhm.
illegal activity and how to avoid harmful group of friends.
I see. Well, how about the fact that when children are still in the family, what can parents do to cultivate a child's independence ever since they were very young? What do you think? Let's discuss
Yeah.
about when the children are still very young and very dependent on parents. What can they do? What can parents do?
I think it depends on the culture. Culture for Asian culture, yeah, parents think that they have to look after their children better and every time. So even how to they have the children to in meal or go outside whatever. But in the European culture, their parents let their children do everything. How but in the safe environment, in the safe way. It means that they always keep their eyes
They
on their
always
children.
day
They they they
day.
they
Chưa sửa được
they
này.
always
They always.
they always keep their eye on their children, but
Okay.
their children do a lot of things for themselves,
Okay.
and their children should keep their eye and help when they need, but they do not do that for their children. Their
Mm.
children have to do so.
Of course, they have to do it themselves.
Yes.
Of course, they have to do it themselves in order to foster their independence. You can use the
Yeah,
word foster to
factor
boost, to foster, to cultivate.
to cultivate.
Dùng giống như chữ cultivate thôi. To foster their independence. Nhà nuôi dưỡng. Cái chữ nuôi dưỡng như foster home, you know. Don't worry, foster home, you know.
To foster.
Oh,
To foster.
well, foster home or shelter or something like that.
To shelter.
To shelter, I mean to protect someone. But to foster here, I mean to cultivate.
Cultivate.
Okay, so should parents interfere when things happen to their child? Why not? There should be different situations where parents should interfere, you know, not just say no. Nó có tình huống có phải bắt buộc phải interfere nha. Cũng có những cái có cái không. So think about that. Of
Interfere.
course,
What does
when
that
the
mean?
children got kidnapped, bị bắt cóc thì đương nhiên phải
Yeah.
interfere rồi. Yes,
Uh,
kidnapped.
I think I think mm, it depends on it also depends on the volume or the level of
The level of
the level of bad behavior and bad action. So if because their children have to learn that and have to learn from what they did.
exactly, and learn from their consequences.
Consequences, yeah.
Learn to accept the consequences of their actions. Học cách chấp nhận cái hậu quả những hành vi của chúng. They have to
Yeah,
learn to
learn
accept
to accept the
the
consequences
consequences of their
of
actions.
their action. Learn to accept the consequences of their actions. learn to accept the consequences of their actions, their of
their actions.
their action.
Okay, well then, so how do parents help their children deal with bullies then? It has always been a hot topic, you know, luôn là chủ đề nóng luôn á, cái chuyện bullies á.
Yeah, I think so. I think that your parents should provide a good environment for children. However, the children also can learn from what they did, and
You
of
mean
course,
learn from the consequences of what they did?
yeah, and they learn from consequences of their action, and you can recognize that is a bullied activity or not, the level of the action. So it is too bad activity. You have to learn to avoid that.
Exactly.
And if we just lightly
Likely? You mean what do you mean likely?
lightly bad activity,
I don't
so
understand that. Can you try that
you
again?
can deal with that.
Can you try that again? Because it seems weird. Okay, let's try that sentence again. So when children have to face bullies, what would you do? What would happen to them?
I think you thought about the children should provide a good environment for their children. And just secondly, the children should help their children, the parents should help their children how to recognize a good or not good activity. And for your very, very bad activity and harmful activity, you have to avoid that. And if we just in the middle, so you
They
they have to learn how to deal with that. And
they have to learn how to deal
maybe,
with that.
yeah, so that sometimes
Yes,
the
sometimes.
children have to fight back,
Of course, they
but
have to fight
sometimes,
back all the time, I think.
yeah, but sometimes they have to run away.
Well,
Yeah.
running won't
Yeah.
help. You have to face the bullies and then hit them hard.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though even though it's against the rules to fight in schools,
yeah.
but they can fight elsewhere, you know? They can fight elsewhere, not in the schools.
Yeah, because we cannot run away, always, always run away. But it is not good. It is not good if we fight back with a rude person.
You know what? Basically, there are cases, there are
Yeah.
situations when diplomacy will not work. Diplomacy. Cái sự mà, well, nói chuyện nó không tới nơi á, lúc phải dùng nắm đấm thôi. Well, there are cases that diplomacy will not work. You know how it is when you grew up. And they would have to fight their own battle. Phải nó phải tự biết đánh cái cuộc chiến của nó. Nobody will
Yeah,
fight the
yeah.
battle for
They
them, you
have
know.
to fight. They have to fight
Their own battle.
their own battle.
Mhm. Okay, so right, let's continue. Okay, let's try another one. 69 then. Oh no, there's no. Okay, let's try a few more with part 2 only. I think it's okay. Let's try 69 with part 2 only. Describe a piece of international phải không? Internet đâu nha. International news you have just recently heard. Miêu tả một cái mẫu tin tức quốc tế mà bạn vừa mới nghe gần đây thôi. Remember, news không đếm được. News is uncountable.
News.
That's why you have a piece of news, you know. Phải
A
mượn cái đó để
piece
đếm
of
nó.
news.
Tại vì news vốn không đếm được. Cái chữ tin tức không có
International
đếm.
news item.
No, we don't say that, I think.
No. Oh, a
A
piece of
piece of cái gì đó. A
international.
piece of international news. Một mẫu tin quốc tế. Chứ người ta không nói là một tin tức, hai tin tức, ba tin tức đâu nha. Một mẫu tin thôi. Describe a piece of international news you have just recently heard. Miêu tả một cái mẫu tin quốc tế mà bạn vừa mới nghe. You should say what the news was about. Tin nó về cái gì vậy? When and where you heard it. Bạn nghe nó lúc nào và ở nơi nào. What you were doing when you heard the news. Khi mình nghe cái tin đó thì là lúc đó mình đang làm cái gì? Lúc đó mình đang làm cái gì? And explain how you felt about this piece of news. Giải thích mình cảm thế nào về cái mẫu tin này. Well, sometime now. Okay, please, Mr. Hưng, describe a piece of international news you have just recently heard.
I would like to describe your news.
Describe.
Describe your news about about cutting interest rates.
Sorry, about
Okay.
cutting what?
Cutting
Interest rate.
interest.
Interest. Cutting interest rate.
Interest rate. Interest rate.
Cắt giảm lãi suất. Cutting interest rate.
About cutting interest rate of US. So
Of the US, you mean?
of the US. Yeah.
Nhớ là mấy
Of
cái nào
US.
mà được tạo thành từ những cái phần nhỏ hơn á, nó sẽ phải có chữ the UK 4 nước.
The
The
UK,
US 53.
The Netherlands, and US.
The Netherlands, the UK, the US, the USSR, something like that.
US.
Of course, no longer. The Soviet Union is no longer.
Yeah.
It's no more. Anyway, okay, let's start it again.
I would like to describe a bit of news
A piece,
about
a piece, y kéo dài. A piece
a
of news.
piece of news about cutting interest rate of the US. I hear that news from the newspaper, and I read it few days ago when I have the newspaper, and I feel that is good for Earth because cutting interest rate, it can affect your economy and affect your price of everything, and your price can go down, and it help a lot of people can raise the money from banks to buy a new house. And of course, and they can reduce the 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 life expense per month. Yeah. So cutting interest rate of the US always
It's always
is always important for mode of the mode of the economy of US, of the US or of even other countries. Yeah. Anything else?
Okay, but I still feel like it's not good enough. Let's try that once again. Nó vẫn gọi là nó không có làm cho người ta chú ý theo cái nội dung như vậy. Nó vẫn chưa lên được 6 chấm đâu. Well, let's just try that again because people still get confused because the thing you're talking about doesn't link together well. Okay, let's try it again. Describe a piece of international news you have just recently heard, please.
Yeah, I would like to describe the news about cutting interest rate of the US. I read it news from the newspaper a few days ago. This news can affect the economy of the US. However, it also can affect the economy for other countries over the world. And we can see that interest rate affect a lot of things, and when the interest rate go down and the people can drain the money from the banks and spend for their cars, their house, and even a lot of things. And another one is the price of everything can go down, and so the people can save more money because the living expenses, they spend less money for their living expenses. And finally, for another country, they can also cutting the interest rate too, because it's a global effect, not only the US affects.
Okay.
So
Right, but still okay. You know what I'm going to say. Well, let's try 60. There you go. Describe a country or city where you want to go to but you haven't been there. Miêu tả một thành phố hay là một cái đất nước mà bạn muốn tới đó nhưng mà bạn chưa bao giờ đến đó cả. You should say where the country or city is. Đất nước hoặc là thành phố nằm ở đâu vậy? Why you want to go there? Tại sao anh chị lại muốn tới đó? And then who you like to go with? Anh chị mong muốn đi nói với ai? Explain what you do to achieve your dream. Và giải thích là anh chị đã làm gì để mà đạt được cái giấc mơ đó. Okay, some time to think now. Okay, Mr. Hưng, please describe a country or city where you want to go to but you haven't been there. Cái này là trong tương lai nha. So you should, this is in the future, so maybe you should use like future tenses, maybe, or just simple present tense, I think.
yeah,
Yes.
I would like to describe Amsterdam. The city I would like to visit in future.
In the future.
In the future,
So, Japan, những âm hai đi. Japan, Japan.
Japan in the future.
Which city?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
yeah, Amsterdam.
Please continue.
I would like to visit Amsterdam because GTT is
This city is
the most popular city of the Netherlands,
of the Netherlands.
and GTT is under the mean sea level,
The
and
what?
the mean sea level.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to know how to keep the city under the mean sea level, and we can see the sea water cannot come to the
The
city.
sea water cannot.
The sea water cannot go to through to the city. And I want to there.
I went there. Went
I
there.
want that. I want that because this city had a green energy with a lot of windmill. So, and a lot of people use bicycle uh, for moving in the city. And the last one is this city is the most famous
It's
for
the
visitor.
most famous
The
for.
most
Most famous for.
Yeah, and this city is the most famous city about flower and about tulip. So we can, I want to see it.
Okay. Right. Okay. I still feel like you should do it again. Please. Làm lại lần nữa. Okay, let's describe a country or city where you want to go to. Này là or nha. Một thành phố hoặc một đất nước nha. Where you
Oh,
want to go to. Nó đâu phải là cả hai đâu. They didn't ask for
yeah,
both.
okay. I
Just
can
or,
talk
okay?
about the Netherlands.
Okay, please.
Okay, I would like to describe the Netherlands. This country I want to visit in the future. I love to visit this country because I know that this country is under the mean of sea level. So I want to see how can they organize
How
their
they can
country,
organize. Nó không phải câu hỏi, cho nên it's not a question. So how they can organize. Chứ không phải là
how
how
they
can
can
they.
organize,
Nó không phải dạng câu hỏi.
yeah, how can they
How
uh,
they can
how
organize
they
it.
can how they can organize their country under the mean sea level. And I also know that they had a lot of canal, and they keep the canal work in the city and to provide the waters. And the second thing is the country is a green country with a lot of green. It has a lot of green energy, such as windmill, and they also use bicycle for moving in
For what? For what?
city,
Bicycle
for
for
moving.
moving in the city.
Yeah, from the use bicycles for moving in the city. And the last one is the Netherlands is the most famous city, famous place of flower. So with a lot of beautiful flower, so I want to visit there to see.
Okay, that's good enough, I guess. All right. I think that's good enough for today. We
Yeah.
should do again on Saturday.
Yeah. I want to note your topic related to international news.
International news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
international
Well,
news. It is not good at all, I think.
I think you
Yeah.
should do it again at home, I think.
Yes.
It seems like you need to do it again, like that one. Okay, 6.
But I think it is good. I can see uh my improvement
Yes,
about
you did improve
school,
somehow.
about product, about however it it is difficult to pronounce
Of course.
they.
Of course, it's difficult. That's why you need to practice more, you know. You need to practice
I forgot
more.
it. They, yeah,
Da,
they,
da, 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 da. These, them,
the,
then,
them,
these.
them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, John.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll see you
yeah,
on
yeah,
Saturday.
see you later. Bye bye.
Saturday. Have a nice day.
Yeah.